You remember that $2 billion Powerball jackpot? Well, the winner has been found. So the shocked and ecstatic winner of the record $2 billion Powerball jackpot is named, but says he wants to remain largely private. Which, here's the thing. Do you really think that he's going to be able to remain private in any context after he won a $2 billion jackpot? What this guy's going to have to do is basically leave the state that he's in, which is California. But here's the thing, he's going to have to pay so much taxes. It's going to be so disgusting. But he's going to have to leave California. Like, for him to be, like, safe, he needs to leave California. So, the winner of November's record high 2.04 billion Powerball jackpot has been identified as Edwin Castro. Castro was identified during a press conference Tuesday by California Lottery. Director Alva Johnson and Deputy Director Carolyn Becker in Sacramento. An earlier tweet from the body indicated that the winner was an individual and not a group. He was not present during the event. Now, that was smart, I gotta say, right? The fact that he was not present and that they allowed him to not be present is an amazing thing. Because that alone can help protect him, right? Because again, we're talking about crazy amounts of money here. So Castro would take the money in a lump sum of $997.6 million. And under California rules, the name of the winner must be disclosed, but no other information, including the winner's address, has to be made public. Interesting. That's smart. Johnson told the media that Castro would like to remain largely private and that he declined an invitation from lottery officials to attend the press conference. In a prepared statement, Castro said, "As much as I am shocked and ecstatic to have won the Powerball drawing, the real winner is the California public school system. The education system will receive over $150 million as a result of the win." Which, by the way, just think about that for a second. So out of $2 billion, right, the education system is only going to get 150 million. And since he's taking the lump sum, he's not even actually going to get a billion. Not to mention the taxes he's going to have to pay. So are they really winning in this scenario? I mean, money is money, but still. Both the education system and Castro are getting screwed by the lottery. Well, basically by the government, too. So, the mission of the California Lottery, which is to provide supplemental funding for both California public education, both public schools and colleges, makes this a huge win for the state, Castro continued. As someone who received the rewards of being educated in the California public education system, it is gratifying to hear that as a result of my win, the California school system greatly benefits as well, this statement concluded. He now carries the unique label of having won the most amount of money in the entire world from a lottery. This is literally a global record, Becker told McClatchy News. She continued, "There's no question his life is changing forever as a result of this announcement." And on Tuesday, Alva Johnson said he understands his name is part of the public record and now part of history, but he respectfully declined our invitation to appear publicly with us today, understandably so. Since 1984, the California Lottery has raised more than $2 billion for public education in the Golden State. A law approved by voters established the California Lottery to provide supplemental funding to the state's public schools. And almost immediately after Castro's name was made public, Twitter users began having fun at the expense of one of America's newest billionaires. One Twitter user referred to Castro as a new cousin, another asked the California resident to be her Valentine, while another joked, "Edwin Castro owes me money." The sad reality of this is that there's going to be a lot of scams now of people pretending to be Edwin Castro, and they're going to basically be like, "Oh, I'm the lottery winner in California. If you give me $1, I'll double it. So if you give me $10,000, I'll double it, etc." Which is a pretty common scam for these like lottery wins. It's like typically now he might be kind of safe that he didn't show up on the press conference, but there's a lot of California lotteries, like lottery winners, where their face has been basically used as massive financial scams, where people pretend to be them on social media and then basically just try to steal money. Like it's crazy. So the jackpot ticket was sold at Joe's Service Center in Altenda, an unincorporated foothill community northeast of Los Angeles, for selling the winning ticket. Business owner Joe Chahade received a bonus of $1 million. I would like to thank all the community who support me, and I would encourage you to buy a ticket from this station. You're going to be a winner too. Wow. So, following Tuesday's revelation, Shahid had a message for Kesher saying, "What good news! I'd like to congratulate this person. He deserves it probably very much." On Monday, his son, Joe Jr., told NBC Los Angeles said that his father's store has experienced a huge surge in ticket sales since November. "We've seen a lot more of what we call lucky buyers that come from all over the state," he said. Earlier, Chayed's other son, Danny, told the media there's no one else who deserves it more than this man. He's worked hard his whole life. He deserves every bit of it. Interesting. Let's see some of these comments. "That is such BS. You should be able to remain anonymous if you want to. There are far too many weirdos out there wanting what you've got these days and don't care how they get it from you." The thing is, I mean, like, this is the crazy thing. Depending on, like, where you live, you could literally just, like, drive, like, 10 minutes and be in an area where someone would be willing to basically end you for, like, $100. But in the area that you might live in, probably nothing would happen to you, even if you were carrying, like, $100,000 in cash. Like, that's the crazy thing about this world, right? It's like, the differences in how people act and just location based is insane. "The reason a winner should be announced is to ensure the integrity of the game. It is too much money involved to just trust lottery officials. An IT guy for the Iowa lottery rigged several games. People will always try and find a way to cheat." Agreed. Crikey, 2 billion. He'll walk away with 600 million when all is said and done. Still not bad though. The thing is, basically, after everything's said and done, he probably is going to walk away with about 600 million after all the taxes that he has to pay. And here's the thing. For example, if I were to win a massive lottery like that, this is what I'd do so that I would never have to work ever again for the rest of my life. I put half of that basically into something like the S&P 500 and have that pretty much be reinvested into itself, right? So that it'll just grow exponentially and I'll never touch it pretty much. That's more for like generational type of wealth. Then I'll use the rest of the half, I'll split that again and put the other, that, like, I don't know. So, like, let's say you have 600, split it between 300, 300, 150 I'd put into SPY or S&P 500 and have it reinvest into itself. Then I'll put another 150 probably into like real estate that's all paid for, that is just collecting paychecks every single month. Then I'll put another 150 into possibly SPY again, but this time have it pay out to a specific account that I use to pretty much just live off, spend my money, whatever. And then the last 150, what I'd probably do is probably kind of like use it as like a trust to just take care of family, right? That's how I'd probably manage the money piece. I'd never have to really do anything because the amount of cash flow that would be coming in is more than anyone would probably ever be able to make from a job. One thing's for sure, I do hope that Edwin, whoever this individual is, I hope that you do not waste all of your money. I hope you don't go broke because this is a lot of money. Do not screw this up for yourself.